We've got some big updates from New York Rangers training camp and some news to take a look at in this video. We've got some roster being cut down to 48 players. We've got some cuts, some guys being sent back to junior, to the AHL. So we'll take a look at all that stuff, as well as another lineup we have from New York Rangers training camp as Peter Laviolette is testing things out. Obviously, we know that he's come out and said that he's going to be looking at a lot of different options and possibilities with this lineup. And I think that's the best case scenario for him. He shouldn't just run back the lines that we had last year. He should take a look at them and see what he likes best and what he thinks is going to work best, because maybe he can find something out that we didn't know last year. And, maybe some guys click better than they did last year and things work out better this year, because obviously the goal is for this team to be better than they were last year and go on a deep playoff run and do better than we did last year and potentially win a Stanley Cup, because that is the end goal. And that's why we've got a new coach, was because Gallant couldn't really get things done, obviously, to go on a decent run the previous year in 2022. But still, Peter Laviolette seems like a good coach, but let's be honest here. Every time you hire a new coach, doesn't matter what sport it is, you get excited. You think he's going to be the next great coach. And he's going to take the team to the promised land. So we'll see what happens there, but we got some stuff to take a look at here. Starting off with the cuts and players being sent down. We have Maxim Barbashev, who's going to be going to the AHL. He's been assigned there. Same with Seth Barton, Zach Brazola, Ryan McCleary, and Sahil Panwar, former Brennan Hoffman teammate and James Petrovsky teammate on the Flint Firebirds. And he also played a bit with the Peter Pizza last year before being traded, before they obviously went on the amazing run and winning the OHL finals. Some other guys here we have going to the juniors, going back to, the most of them are pretty much all going back to the OHL. We have Joe Arnson, Bryce McConnell-Barker, one of the top New York Rangers prospects, one of my favorite guys as well. He is absolutely amazing. I did a kind of scouting report / expectation video on him the other day as well. So if you want to check that out, you definitely can. Max McHugh, another kind of just OHL invite guy. And James Petrovsky, the undrafted free agent that we kind of thought could be signed to a potential, deal, signed potential of a contract and go back to juniors. And it could have been slide eligible, so it wouldn't have eaten up his years for the next few years that he's probably going to be in the OHL. But right now, it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. I guess it's still possible, but he hasn't been sent back, and there's really no news yet on whether we're going to sign him or not. But I'm kind of leaning to no at this point because nothing's really happened. And then Dylan Robrick, a big, mass, I think he's like 6'7", 6'8", something like that, centerman from the OHL, who we drafted in this year's draft, kind of in the later part of that draft. So nice to see that. And the goalie, Brad Arvanidis, who was kind of signed to a PTO kind of deal, he got released. And taking a look, though, at the lineup here, we have Kreider, Zibanejad, Lafreniere, Panarin, Hedel, Wheeler, VC, Trocheck, Kakko, and Gaudreau, Bonino, Pitlick. I think this very well could be the opening day lineup for the forwards. Kreider, Zibanejad, and Lafreniere. I love that combo there of those guys. You got some good playmaking, some good goal scoring, some solid defense. I think overall that is a fantastic top line, and that is definitely a line that we could see Lafreniere take some massive steps forward. Panarin, Hedel, Wheeler, I think is a fine second line. I know a lot of you guys want to see Kakko in the top six. Personally, I don't think it's going to happen, being that Lafreniere is now on the right wing. I think Lafreniere is going to be in the top six, and same with Wheeler. I think those are going to be the top two right wingers. So we'll see what happens. But I just think that, bringing in Wheeler, I think that kind of edged out Kakko out of the top six. But throughout the season, I'm sure he'll get some looks here and there. But it definitely is possible that opening day we do see Wheeler and Lafreniere as the top two right wingers. Panarin, Hedel, and Wheeler, though, I like that line. I don't mind it. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I would like a little more goal scoring with Panarin or Wheeler. I think those guys are both our two best playmakers for sure. So I wouldn't mind them with some more goal scorer kind of things. So, do you see a Panarin, Zib, Laf, and then a Kreider, Hedel, Wheeler? I like that. I don't mind that. But I do like Kreider and Zib being together with Lafreniere. So it is what it is. There are going to be a lot of different line combos here. It's going to be interesting to see what we do. VC, Trocheck, Kakko. That's a fine third line. I mean, maybe you switch Hedel and Trocheck, but if Hedel's going to take a big step forward in this game, I think he's got to have top 6 minutes with a guy like Panarin or, Kreider or Wheeler or whatever. So I think that could work out decent. Maybe there's a lack of goal scoring in there. Can, Hedel get enough done? Can Wheeler do it? Can Panarin do it? We'll have to wait and see, but not the worst second line ever. VC, Trocheck, and Kakko, though I don't mind that at all. Then Gaudreau, Bonino, and Pitlick. That is my fourth line that I want to see. Obviously Pitlick's not the best guy in the world, but he's a fine fourth liner, a fine depth forward. So we'll see what happens there. But overall, I think that's a pretty solid forward lineup. Bonino and Gaudreau, though, are some very good fourth liners. Then on the defensive side of things here, we have Lindgren, Fox, Miller, Trouba, Gustafsson, Schneider, That is exactly what I'm guessing is going to be the opening day lineup. Do we see Lindgren and Miller switched? That is the only thing that I think is going to change. I think Gustafsson and Schneider is going to be that third pairing for opening day. I think we're going to see, obviously, Foxy on the top line, Trouba on the second. Is it going to be Lindgren with Foxy like last year and Miller with Trouba, or are we going to see them flip? We'll have to wait and see. But I think overall, either way, I'm happy. Whatever Laviolette wants, we'll obviously get. But I think, it is going to be interesting to see what he does. But I do like the idea of switching it up and going Lindgren, Trouba, Miller, Fox. I think it could be cool to see, a very tough defensive, strong, gritty second, D pair there with Lindgren and Trouba, and then having some more kind of high power flying offense kind of guys who with obviously great defensive games as well, but a little less physical, but a lot more offense and stuff like that with Miller and Foxy. That could be a cool lineup there. And then you have the puck moving offensive guy in Gustafsson and the more defensive, tough big hitter in Schneider. I think that third pairing could work quite good, especially for Schneider's development as well. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have, please smash the like button and definitely comment down below your guys' thoughts on these lines. And thank you guys so much for the support. My channel has been growing a ton and I literally could not do without you guys. So I thank you guys a ton and I will continue posting daily New York Rangers content for all you. Thanks for watching and see ya.